Hey everyone, Bob Thibodeau here. I'm so glad that you can join us today for another daily leadership tip. Now, this week, we're going to be talking about having a blueprint for successful leaders. And today, we're just going to talk about, well, let me start by this. Let me start by asking you this question. If you were going to build a house, what would your first step be? Would it be to go out and buy, all the lumber and just start assembling it? No, that'd be foolish if you didn't know everything you were going to need. The size, the dimensions, the building codes, everything that you need to know in building a house, you have to find out what that is. And to help you determine all these things, how are you going to do it? You go buy the blueprints for the house or hire an architect to design the blueprints. The blueprint will not only give you the information on what materials you'll need to build a house, it will also allow you to visualize what the finished house will look like. So what does all this have to do with leadership? Simple. Everything. In order to determine what successful leadership is, we need to find out what the qualities of successful leaders are. Just like building a house, you need to think, if you think that because you like pink siding and a marble roof, that you're going to look cool, well, just try selling that house in a buyer's market. Majority of buyers aren't going to agree with your opinion of what a house should look like. So you have to find out what the opinion is of those who are going to be using that service. And I was looking up several different surveys that have been taken over the years, and these surveys asked employees what qualities of leadership they desired the most, and also what qualities they desire the least. And we're going to be going over that starting today for the next couple of days, and I'm just going to give you a list and a quick breakdown on what it means. So today, we're going to be talking about the first 8, which the positive leadership qualities are being a visionary. Now, these leaders are inspirational. They have the ability to ignite our passions and bring out the best in everyone. Also, there's having a role or being a role model. Great role models will demonstrate confidence. They're not afraid to be unique. They're not afraid to be themselves. They have the ability to communicate and interact well with others. And then there's a big important one called integrity. A leader who demonstrates integrity will always take responsibility for their actions, and they will put others' needs above their own. They're willing to help out when things are going wrong or when people are struggling. And that translates into enthusiasm. One definition of enthusiasm is inspiration or divine influence. Enthusiasm will drive passion and will fuel achievement. Enthusiasm is a choice. Okay, you have to make the decision to be enthusiastic about what you're going after. And since we talked about, let's talk about passion. If you're passionate about something, it's generally easier to be enthusiastic as well. So the two go hand in hand. It's somewhat ironic that in reference to leadership, passion is usually associated with what happens to leaders when they don't have passion. The lack of energy, loss of creativity, diminished motivation, and that's you. Ultimately, there'll be burnout. Another good quality to have is showing appreciation. I've heard a saying, good leaders recognize other people, but great leaders appreciate them. And that's what differentiates great leaders from ordinary leaders. Their understanding that showing appreciation is fundamentally different from just recognizing them for a job well done. And that brings up trust. Not only do you as a leader need to trust your team, but they need to trust you as their leader. And when your team trusts you, it increases their commitment to the team goals and everything goes a lot smoother. And then finally, for today anyway, be a good listener. Listening is a very tough skill to develop because it requires you to be fully present, paying attention, being engaged with the other person. That's another term is active listening. Some people say, especially husbands and wives, the wife will usually say, I know you hear me, but you're not listening to me, right? Don't shut me down when I'm preaching good there. Amen. Well, for more information, we're going to cover more of these tomorrow. For more information, go see the blog post on my website at rthibodeau.com. And look at I have this video will be on YouTube as well, but the blog post goes into a lot more detail that I can take the time with today on the video. So that's rthibodeau.com. That's where the blog post is at. And remember, come back tomorrow because we're going to continue our discussion of Blueprint for Successful Leaders. Till then, this is Bob Thibodeau reminding you, I'll see you then.